But here it is, the endurance race. We got the logos made. Shout out to Hiko for creating the sign pack and all the logo and everything. For the people that are playing and listening, there is a GPS on this map. It's on the left. I will drive myself into the GPS. We will have 20 minutes of qualifying phase. Now, the qualifying is also the time where you learn the track. So you gotta really focus up, because after 20 minutes, this is the only time where you have a chance at learning and figuring out the map before you go into your division.
Exactly, and of course, it's a bit like a couple of day qualifier, let's say like that. But of course, it's an endurance map, so after that, you play for 50 minutes, kind of. So it really depends how many laps they have been set. But I think the higher the div is, the more laps you're going to play.
Exactly.
So make sure to just put in your greatest work and just try to be consistent. I mean, it's sometimes hard to learn a 2.5 minute map. But right now the GPS is driving very clean, but very cool to see the name Thompson again. Like, wow, haven't seen him in ages.
Such a long time ago, man. Like, Thompson, one of the OG mappers. Like, let's be honest, built so many ESL competition tracks, and I don't think he's that active anymore in Trackmania 2020. But I hit him up. I was like, yo, I know you built maps in the past. You gotta make a map for the return of the event. And he said, say no more. And he made this. I think this map was made like 5 months ago.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it was sitting on the back burner for a long time.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many maps already done. I mean, and
yeah, we have like what?
I
think 9 maps are actually finished.
Yeah, and we still have to build a map as well, but that's a story for that's a story for somebody.
yeah, exactly.
So
but yeah,
if someone still wants to build a map, it's up though.
Here's the ice turn, big ice slide.
Yeah, I'm already at the end actually, because Nalax rightfully drove into the GPS. So good job, Nalax.
Nice.
Like the
27 checkpoints on this.
The quarter pipe jump was a bit weird for me when I played the map for my discovery, but I think it will be a very close and tight map to watch. I think there will be a lot of pushes going on, some smaller mistakes that can decide a whole race. So let's see how this goes. So good luck to the players who are now going into the map. And 20 minutes is not a lot of time on a 2 minute and 13 seconds.
We do see the first few players clocking in their time. Scroll with a 2:26. I'm following Beta, and he completely misses the checkpoint. Very nice.
Yeah, here on my server, it's Mime in the lead with a 2:32.
Okay.
Then we have Mayonnaise for you behind with a 2:34. And Nalax currently on his first lap, so he'll probably overtake him because he knows the way now.
Yup.
But as you said, the map is not too hard. I remember like play testing one map, and one lap took me like four minutes or something like that. So yeah, there will be harder maps. Also, the snow car is in on one of them.
Yeah, there is a map with the snow car. It is kind of tricky, but hey, what is an endurance race if we don't, utilize everything that we have in the game? So yeah, it is risky if you build a map with the snow car, because it's not that loved by many. But hey, few mappers have decided to do that. So
yeah, also
they taken upon the risk.
Yeah, also like themed maps with certain styles being incorporated a bit more. I mean, this is more, I would say, more classic, that you have like different sectors. You have a full speed section, and it's just one after each other. It really feels like a map that could have been released in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
like a complete throwback.
Yeah, I agree. Also with the blocks being used, of course, water was not a thing back then, but a very cool and good map by Thompson to start things off. I actually thought that he wanted to start with a different map today, but I think this is also a good pick for it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what to... You can pick the next one.
Okay.
We'll just wing it.
Yeah, well, what map do I pick?
I don't know.
There's so many maps.
Plenty to pick from.
Yeah. Plenty of mappers.
Some information here. 227 players with a registered time already. That is amazing. I do believe that if people are late to the party, you can still join the event and register and set a time. There's still 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
For I just noticed that I'm in the way, so let me just
Yeah,
put
also
myself here.
Nalax now with his first flying lap. But guys, you can still register to the event. Make sure to join any of those 5 servers, whichever one is still not full, because server 1 and 2 are full.
Yeah.
Just go on any of those servers. It literally doesn't matter what you play on. Because
It's really cool to see though that a lot of people are still joining this. Like, maybe if it catches, you know, the attention, then this could turn into like 500 players during the weekend.
I also asked Janik if he wants to play it, but he's still busy of getting the 25 AT medal, actually.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in his chat were also interested in joining the events. I think Mertz Jr. joined in, so that was very cool.
Okay.
And some others were interested.
Look at third place. Kebby is even in. I don't think Kebby has played a lot. I mean, lately at least. And he's, you know, he's in it. Yeah, also the ending of the map here is tricky with the reactor where you go up. You gotta get that turn before really nicely. I'm watching Beta and he finally gets it. So his second attempt off the track much cleaner than his first one. And yeah, what would you say is the best approach to learning like a 2-minute map? What do you think is the way to go?
I think also like when learning longer maps, it's good to get runs through and maybe try to like finish 5 laps as quickly as possible. And also go for respawns. Don't go fully back to the start, because if you're in a good run and the seeding matters, then there might be a turn, like the ending, for example. You should really get that into play. So finish 5 laps and then just gradually get faster and into the race pace.
True. Yeah, I think especially in a format like this, it's much better to just keep driving instead of starting back at the start block.
Yeah, but it can be a bit discouraging.
Yeah, because it's all about that, like, if you want to qualify to the higher division, you want to get that flying lap in.
Yeah.
Because you gain a lot of time just getting a head start with the flying start finish than if you start over again. I mean, the AT time at 2:13.43 is with a standing start, so players are not close yet.
Ooh.
But
this ending,
they are progressing. Yeah, the ending is a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
But I think there is a safer approach as well. Like you can go on the right and land earlier.
Yeah, I think so as well. So Nalax was really struggling with it. He was on a good time, but
it's a bit scuffed. But I think if you take it more like a flat approach, then you will be able to land.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of players are making it. So you know, you will always have players that are struggling with a couple sections of the map. It's hard to make a map that fits like literally everybody. But look at the time now. Mime 2:14.666.
Wow.
And we have 12 minutes left. So I'm pretty sure that after 12 minutes, that is it's roughly 5 more finishes. If you keep going, you will be driving fast times. Maybe 2:10 could be the possible time.
Maybe. I mean, Mime is on my server. He's 1 minute into his run and he's 0.7 ahead of his time. Oh, but yeah, well, Caster cursed him. He made a mistake. He had to respawn. Unlucky for Mime. But I think also for the ending, it might be a good thing to just respawn and get a feeling for this very awkward reactor reset thing. Because can turn in. So this might be a thing to do for the players. Loso also playing 2:14 for him as well. Good time. Ooh, also OG player.
Very, very nice.
Razi playing as well. Rocat, Yannick's probably streaming it as well. Happy to see that as well. He's a good fast learner as well, and I mean, he played my endurance races as well and was really a fan of it. I mean, it's a bit different here because it's laps and not just fast learning, but he will definitely do good in this event as well.
Oof. Weish struggled in the end, but made it through. Ooh. So yeah, for a quick reminder how the race actually works. So right now we're doing a qualifying phase where people are learning this brand new map made by Thompson, and after this, the players will go into their divisions just like in Cup of the Day.
Yep.
50 players per division. The higher division you are, the more laps you will play, and the first division will play 22 laps today, whereas division 5 will play I believe it is 16.
Okay, so not a huge cutoff, not like 3 laps you play there or something like that.
14. 14.
Yeah, still a lot though. And
So-
still, it's about the fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if you are, you know, driving slower pace, you will still drive for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And that's I think it's a good way to balance out, you know, if you are more skillful, you are forced to play long or more laps. And if you are a bit newer to the game, you shouldn't be kept in prison for an hour.
Yeah, because it's hard to keep with the focus as well, yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas someone like Master, who I currently follow, just does it with ease, right? He can play this map blindfolded after 20 minutes for 24 hours.
True.
But, I mean, he probably did good yesterday in your team as well, right? Because I mean,
Yeah, he was our star player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fastest on the field.
Oh, nice.
I mean, he's an RPG legend, so.
Yeah. I had 460 in average, man, because I kept crashing like 2 or 3 things.
I see.
But I did a 4.8. Not that bad. Failed a 4.6. Was happy with it. Because I didn't play the game like once a month, right? So it's good.
Nice.
What was your average, actually?
I think 209.
Oh, 209.
409. 409.
It's not
But
bad.
like during my second stint, I did like 407, 405. I think
good.
405 was my lowest.
That's pretty good.
But Bren was an absolute machine. He was like doing 403.89 average or something.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I could see myself getting a 4 or 5, but then like squeezing out those 2 or 3 seconds, like where? Like it's crazy. Oh,
Does your
Intux.
tab button work?
Yeah, it does work.
Oh, mine doesn't.
Maybe you have to bind Knop 2.
No. Oh, my escape also doesn't work. I think I'm locked in the server.
Okay, you
Wait,
in
what's that
prison? By the looks of it. But also, look at this, like, 1st to 7th are just 0.8 apart, and every time is below 215. So it's a very stacked field already, and shows that this map is quite simple. I mean, there will be maps where the gaps will not be that close, and I think it's a good way to start things
Wait.
off.
Error. My whole entire HUD is gone.
Oh,
No,
really?
I don't see the laps anymore.
Oh,
I'm
no.
rebooting my game.
Okay, all right. In the meantime, also, like, how does it work with the points? Will the...
Yeah, I haven't decided yet. We can have only the ranking in the in the you know, in the events thing. There's an
That's
actual
fine.
ranking, and then we just afterwards have to add points to it, I think.
But I think that's fine if, like, let's say if there's 220 players, the first one gets 220, then 219, and so on. But I mean...
Yeah,
like,
something like this.
or like maybe like the top 150 players get points or something like that, yeah. I think
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
we figure it
You know,
out.
let's
yeah.
just go with the flow. I mean, as long as it's working and everyone is having fun, I think that's good. We'll figure out the points afterwards.
Yeah, that is correct. But yeah, I'm on a very, very good time here. 212.753. So he's the second one actually, together with Wizzy, who has beaten the author time. Rocket is also very close.
Nice.
So Yuko was also in a good time, made a mistake, but let's follow mine here and see what he can do. Also, Dubby's on my server. Italian legend. Very good on full speed, but also on other mixed styles. So Mime also does not skip the freewheel. He goes to the right to get a good setup for the drift, actually. Interesting.
Oh, I'm on the server where Tarpor is gaming.
Boah. Who's
So
also
6
streaming.
minutes left. 6 minutes left until the race will start.
Went by so fast, actually. Jesus. Felt like
And
5 minutes.
yeah, if you haven't figured out the map yet, then man, you only have 6 more minutes. You gotta start, you know, cooking up and remembering the turns. Because when the race goes live, I mean, it's game on.
Yeah, it's game on, that's for sure. 22 laps for Division 1. I mean, Marinche brought up a thing, no resting section. But guys, come on, you can play for 45 minutes, right?
I mean, this map in particular, it's not a very intense map.
Yeah.
It is, I think it's quite straightforward. There's not a lot of, you know, it's a lot of dirt where you slide already, so you don't really have to use the brake that often. I think it's think it's an okay map. I don't think any of the maps that I've playtested has a resting section. So, and this isn't like a 24-hour race, guys.
Yeah.
If you are doing like a 2-hour stint or 3-hour stint, then yeah, of course, then you should definitely have like a section where you can rest. But you will have rest after the qualifying. There's going to be like a 5-minute break, and then you will have your race.
Yeah, and also after the race you have a rest. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Intax 211.7.
Yep, and Loso as well.
Good times.
So do you think they just have figured out the lines, or did they find like a different approach to certain sections which makes them faster right now?
I think they just got very, very used to the map, especially in the ending where you can really gain a lot of time or lose time also into the lap. So getting this one like 2 times in a row will just get you so much speed and like -1 second. I currently follow Invalid, who's on 24th on the server, and you just cannot get a clean entry into the next lap. And this really snowballs into an even bigger speed deficit. So good point that you mentioned, but I think it's just figuring out the line and also just getting the speed through and being consistent at the end.
Yeah, true.
Oh, maybe, I mean, Intax was very hyped about it. He was also chatting in the chat. Yeah, I rebuilt the map and all this, so cool to see him playing so well.
I see him in my server right now.
Yeah, very nice. So, like, you think he has a chance of winning?
Yeah, I think he has. But look at Mime, 2:11.08. Going even further into the 2:11s.
A very good time. And currently following him as well. He's 0.2 away from his time, 30 seconds into the race. But this could also be his last lap, or is his last lap, because like he cannot beat his time with without a flying lap. So let's see what Mime can do. He's ahead, looking good for him. And
yeah, and looking at the ending, like it's not really the actual end that's the problem here. Like people just need to figure out the turn beforehand, because the turn before makes it so that you actually have the speed for the reactor up. So yeah, maybe it's like people setting up wider on that black platform turn to get that speed going through is what people maybe need to focus on a bit more, instead of you know, going super sharp around here and then approaching the reactor part with like little to no speed.
Yeah, that's correct. And I mean, maybe that's what people have figured out, as Thomas Jean also now is very close to Mime, who still half a second ahead actually. So
true.
Interest, but yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to put, because it's a very, very hard speed check to clear, and this could even decide a race if like some of the top players maybe sleep on that part in one of those 22 laps. They could fall behind and lose multiple seconds, and I don't think that we see huge gaps on this map unless like full stops happen, of course.
It also looks like it's just a way of figuring out how do you jump up. I see a lot of people going super diagonal, but if you have the reactor and you keep going straight up, you generate a little bit more speed than if you steer. So it's definitely a difficult section, but hey, if there's no like difficult section, it's you know, the race would become quite stale.
Agreed. I mean, imagine just going in an O.
Yeah, exactly.
Just drive like in the spammy leather edition, right?
True.
Yeah, but let's see what Jaffa does, because he goes very wide, as you said, but then he releases and doesn't get a clean transition. Let's see if he steers into the right, and that's what you said. It gets very risky if you steer into the right already with the reactor.
Exactly.
You still got a PB, but like if you just accelerate and don't steer beforehand, and just at the very end, you get much more height.
And it looks like a lot of players are finishing up their quali here. 20 minutes gone by so quick. The winning time, it's looking like Mime with that 2:11.08. Kebby in second place. We have Thomas Jeans also with a 2:11.55. Intux with a 2:11.75. And Loso is the 5th person who did a 2:11. So it seems like that is definitely the threshold. And we have Granadi writing here. Fuck, I thought the race would start at 4 p.m. Well, that's unlucky. The qualifier just ended. And I I think that was already a successful qualifier. Honestly, 300 plus players, I think,
Wow.
registered
That's
at
a lot.
time. That is amazing. And there will be 50 players per division. So for everyone listening right now, after the qualifying is done, go back into the event and then press the play button to join your division.
Yeah.
You should only be able to see one division, and that's the one that you joined, guys. So go back into the events tab. It starts in 3.5 minutes. So you can have a small break here.
Oh, there's 10 divisions then, right? Well, at least I see 10, but probably that's just...
Yeah, but not all of them will be up, I think.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, unlucky Granadi, but there's also a chance next week to play again. Next week there is, but you can see the whole schedule in the competition itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the mappers are
all the play days
blanked out because we haven't decided on them just yet. But the next step will be next week, then the week after. Then we take a week of a break, and then will be the 4th, 11th, 18th of August again. Then another week of break, and so on and so forth. I mean, you guys can read yourself, right? So
323 players registered.
That's
Holy.
a lot. That's a lot.
All right, should we? How should we do the spectating? Like, should we? I think the main focus should be Div 1, but I also want to give, give the other divisions, some. So maybe like every now and then I just hop on some other division to see how it's going. I think that's.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe also for the ending of, let's say, Div 2 or Div 3, we can join them and then join the action on Div 1 for the last couple of laps. Something like this.
Yeah, because the lower divisions will be ending before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's for sure. So guys, there's still plenty of steps to play for. You can still join. And I want to say something, I forgot. Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, unlucky.
All right, the servers are pending.
Yeah, pending for me as well.
Maybe this is where it all breaks.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
I mean, it worked on the test. So Thursday, we did the test and everything went smooth. So,
yeah. I just hope that everybody has fun to playing this map.
Exactly.
Regardless if you're in Div 1 or Div 5, I think you will have a good time. That is for sure.
Division 1 will be playing 22 laps.
Oh, I can join the servers.
That is 45. Oh, yeah, there's some servers opening.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, and 9 are open for me.
For me, server 1 is open.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Maybe my thing is... Oh, now it is. Okay, everything is open. All right, let's join as spectator. All right, everyone. Join the race. Join your server. You have 3.5 minutes to get going.
Dude, I saw Lawler as well. Wow. Lawler. Haven't seen that name in so long. That is
Lawler?
crazy. Yeah.
He always joins the spamming of the days.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I'm just getting out of the zone then.
Yeah, he's gaming.
Yeah.
All right, I got my too many players. Opa. So I'm gonna favorite Beta. I'm gonna favorite a couple players here. Let's favorite Hazard. Let's favorite Intux. Let's put
Mime as well.
Let's put the Demon Gorgonzola.
What?
Yeah. Dude, this division is stacked, by the way.
Yeah.
Holy, this division is like...
Also, Simply Nick is on here. Yuki,
Oh
of
my
course.
god, this division is...
I see Super Kaluf as well. Rocket. Jesus, there's so many good players. But only one can win it. Yeah.
Wait, it's starting.
Wait, it's already starting, huh? Hey,
There's 50 players. Here we go. The actual start.
Because everybody
The
joins.
actual start of the endurance race. It's going live.
Here we go.
Oh my god, Hylis, please don't make the server crash. Please, 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 Nadeo, please, Nadeo, please, Nadeo,
It works.
please, Nadeo.
It works.
Please, Nadeo, please, Nadeo. Don't break the game. Don't break the game. Don't break the game. Let us all have just a holly jolly time. And we have the race.
Yeah, it's the warm-up before, so I'm gonna start. So, who do you bet on to win?
Whoa, dude, that is way too tough. Have you seen the players in this
Yes,
in this
I've
lobby?
seen them, of course.
This is like all of Division 1 Cup of the Day that is kind of playing.
Yeah. But I think Mime had really good pace. But I think to get a good pick to win, it could also be someone like Loso. You know what? I just go with Loso to win it.
I mean, like Yannex, also
true.
fantastic. I mean, it's all about that, like, it might sound corny, but it's all about that endurance, you know? You can drive 2 or 3 laps. Like, that's easy. But can you keep up the pace for 22 laps?
Yeah, true that.
Right?
We're gonna find out now because we are starting. The endurance race is back. And I'm hyped. I hope everything works. We're live.
Here it is. Ooh, 1 AFK, I think.
Yeah, he just started late. And Nalax also having some network problems.
Bit of a late start. But look at the field. Oh my, I think this is gonna be super competitive. Like, the map is not, like, for Division 1 players, I think this map is, you know, quote-unquote easily doable to just drive, you know, casually and not make many mistakes. But I think, like, if you want to push it to the limits, it's a tough map because you have these outside dirt lines.
Yeah.
You have, well, the long ice slide that can cause a lot of problems. The reactor end can also be an issue.
That's for sure.
Yeah, we are on our way, almost 1 minute done, and we see a little bit of a gap being generated by Loso and Super Carloof already.
Yeah, Mime is a bit further behind. Opts for a wider approach, has more speed with the freewheel, so overtakes Super Carloof right now. But Loso doing fantastic right now, but Mime going for the attack. Loso with a wider approach in that sector, but Mime regains control and is in the lead. Very good line from Mime. They're actually gaining 0.2 towards his opponent, but Loso not giving up. And look at this close and great fight. Let's see who pushes this outside dirt corner, which is not that easy to do a bit more.
Ooh, Loso isn't.
Yeah, Mime with a lot of speed, and it really pays its dividends. Very, very good line from Mime.
Yeah, and I saw, like, there's this section where you have the plastic, like, you go up and down, but there's also penalty sand. I saw Intex not keeping his wheels on the track.
Yeah, true.
But instead he jumps it, so he skips the penalty sand. I'm not sure if it's that much faster, but here we have a classic full speed section in a long endurance map. This one is made by Thompson. And then in good fashion, after a full speed section, you just have a complete slowdown with penalty sand to to slow down the pace. But here we have like this small little section where you can opt for like the safe route around, or you jump past the freewheel block. And we are approaching the ending. Intax not with a whole lot of speed, going towards the reactor jump. Let's see if he has enough speed to clear the jump.
Good
Goes
approach.
far to the right. This looks perfect. And the first lap has been completed. Mime leads the way. Loso in second. Wizzy in third. Intax in fourth. And Kebby in fifth.
Yeah, so Intax, the only player opting for that jump from the top four. Also Wizzy doing really good, of course. And it didn't seem that much slower. Maybe it was even a bit faster. I don't know, maybe just the confidence of you getting a better setup for the drift afterwards. This could be the case, but I think it's like almost even, I would say. But Intax definitely doing good, but Cabby has had a very good start into the lap here, and right now is ahead of him. Also very good approach for that drift. Intax struggling a bit to find a good racing line here, but still not looking too bad for him, but loses control here. And also Seven, or Sven, or however he's pronounced, is overtaking him, and Intax down to P6, so gradually losing ground towards the top players. Already 2 seconds behind Loso, who currently is in the lead, followed by Mime, but Mime again with the overtake in this particular section. It's just a back and forth between them. We could maybe follow that fight for a little bit.
Yeah, let me have a look. Oh, Mime, right as you say that, huge crash, cannot make a smooth transition, drops down to third position. But like I said, it is only lap 2. There is 22 laps in total. As you can see in the top right, I don't know if you have enabled the in-game CP counter, but it works like really nicely. It keeps updating in the top corner. You see the laps and you see the checkpoints.
I just have the laps.
It's very clean, but Loso so far not made a single mistake yet. Is driving very clean, very steady. Wizzy just falling right behind him in second, 0.7 behind. But yeah, like here we have this split road where Loso, Wizzy, and Mime both opt for like the safer approach going around. I'm not sure if it's faster, I mean, it looks kind of similar. And we are approaching lap number 3 right now as the reactor jump will come through. Loso gets it. Wizzy gets it. Mime also gets it. I'm going to have a look at a little bit further behind in the field here. Maybe on board with, let's see.
Tarpor? P20?
Tarpor. Let's go on board with Tarpor. Yeah, Tarpor into lap number 3. Doesn't get a super smooth drop down. And is fighting in the middle of the field. We have 50 players per division. And still, like, great fights all around. Like, we have this fight up top with, like, 5 players. But in the middle of the field, look at the amount of players that are right in front or around Tarpor.
Yeah, it's like a bee swarm marching out here. And Tarpor dropping a bit behind. He was on 20th after the lap, but now he's on 26, so dropped a bit behind. But look at the players ahead of him. Yami, Scroll, Purple. Like, those are all multiple Div 1 names. And then Tarpor tries his best to just stay alive in this top 25 battle. But Thomas Jeans also overtakes him here. Very good line. I think he also played the 12-hour race yesterday. So he is...
I think like 80% of the players joining today played the 12-hour race yesterday.
Probably, yeah. They should type 1 in chat, but oh wait.
It's pretty much the core of the trackmania, like, you know, core of the trackmania scene that are joining these type of events. But so far everything is looking smooth, Turbo. Like, no mistakes so far. Let's fingers crossed that it stays like this, as Tarpor still in that battle for the 25th. I'm gonna have a look at
Bira.
Bira. Where is Bira?
There's on P39. So.
Bira. I was talking a little bit of smack to Tarpor, but it looks like Bira is gonna get defeated here in this first round.
Also Razi.
Yeah, Razi is in there as well. And you can see, like, after 6.5 minutes played, the gap from 38 to first is 16 seconds. That is not a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Compared to the one yesterday?
That is not massive at all.
Yeah, that's for sure. So Bire not doing too good here right now, but just tries to do it good. Loso Jr., whoever that is, has made a mistake, had to respawn, and also Bire has to respawn.
Oi.
That's a costly respawn here, but he only drops 3 positions. I think in Tarpor's situation, Tarpor would have dropped all the way down to like P45. And now Bire also with a mistake there, so he has no speed. Also Lolo overtakes him. So Birdie, now with a good race so far. 43rd position for him. Simply Nick, another streamer on P25 right now, just behind. Tarpor, Scroll, Thomas Jean.
So look at the field, man. Man, the idea with the divisions is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
This is very, very nice. Yeah, Simply Nick also hosting a lot of these type of events, long maps or fun weekly events, and you know, it's cool to see that everyone is joining each other's events. That is, you know, sharing the love here, which is amazing. We also have Pustiti Paco playing the event. Is also in that middle of the field, so a lot of these players are just fighting for that, you know, the top 20 placements.
Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. And then it was my turn to speak. But yeah, Paco on 27th. I expected him to be in the top 10 at this point, but maybe this map doesn't suit him that well. But
I mean, has Paco done like did he play OGL and stuff, like the endurance format? I can't remember.
I think he's still very young, so he might have been like 13 when OGL happened, so I don't think so.
True.
Yeah. I mean, he's 17, right? 16 or 17, I think. So I don't think that he played those events. But I mean, he has been improving so much. But right now he gets overtaken by Rue, and then Betatos and Tarpor are also ahead of him. And then Sibninik on 28th. Then maybe we can also take a look onto Div 2 or Div 3 and maybe join another server.
Yeah. Let me do that real quick. I remember back in the days we were able to have multiple. Let's go to Division 2. We were able to have multiple, you know, games open.
Oh yeah, true.
So it was much easier to like switch divisions and stuff. But as you can see, the difference here, Division 2 will be playing 20 laps, so that is 2 laps less than Division 1. So the lower the division, the less laps the drivers will play. And Here we have Jaka, who is leading. Loudis, a big name, currently in second place. And it looks like Jaka has almost a
Flyer.
2.5 second advantage over second place already.
Flyer on third. That's a name that I haven't seen in a long
Damn.
time. As well as Voltites on P4. Those are some OG names here. Voltites struggling a lot with the ice. But P4 for him not doing too bad. Brandon also only on Div 2 here. Definitely a name that I would expect in Division 1. But quite the names here that we all know from the scene. I mean, like everybody rings a bell to me. Also Zemaus on P19. So he's also in Div 2. And also look at the fight here. Like all two players just in close proximity. Dennis the Man is also behind him. So the Dutchies are holding hands here going into lap number 5.
Yup. Lap number 5 has been entered, and actually wonder who is in last place. Let's see. It is Eggs. Oh, but Eggs is upside down. So I think the
He can respawn.
Harry. Yeah, it looks like Harry and Foxter are the last in the last placings, and they are 41 seconds behind. So after 5 laps, 41 seconds behind. It's not too bad in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know. The further we go down in the divisions, the bigger the gaps will be. Actually, that is not really fair to say, because you would think that, you know, the divisions will, the lower the divisions, the more equalized the skill gap also becomes. But obviously, it's not an easy track, and if you are a little bit newer to the game, you will struggle on a map like this.
Yeah, you tend to drive inconsistent. If someone has to respawn the jump once, maybe someone else has to respawn it 3 or 4 times, so it doesn't even out in this way, right? So yeah, I get that, but in this case, I think the laps will of course be slower, but gaps will also be bigger. It sounds a bit contradicting, but yeah, I know what you mean. But Harry, not doing too bad. Maybe you just didn't get 1 or 2 parts correct. 52 seconds still playing. Didn't leave the server, which is good. Opposing to my teammate Zengo, yeah? Zengo? Calling you
Also,
out here.
In Division 2, there is this individual named Taxonomon. Is this Taxon?
Let's see his...
I mean, the way this driver drives
He's from
is
Hamburg.
pretty good.
He's from Hamburg, so...
Like,
yeah.
and Taxon is was a really good full speed player. I just checked his speed drift, and it looked really good. But is driving with the Finnish Trackmania 2 car skin.
Maybe his skin didn't load. This could be the case. Yeah, so... I mean, his zone is Hamburg, and Taxon is from Hamburg, if I recall that correctly. So it should be Taxon.
Yeah, is this the big man himself
Money!
coming back? Yeah, I remember. Oh my god, that clip.
Such a good
Someone
clip.
has to find it.
It's such
That
a
is
good
a
clip.
legendary clip.
Oh, but no, it's... And now I see what you mean. He plays with a TMNF skin. Ah, I didn't spot that.
Yeah.
True, you're right. Yeah, but I mean, the Finnish skin is not too bad. Or maybe he moved to Finland. I have no idea. Oh, but... This is not good for Taxonomon. Also a good name.
Okay,
But
I'm
I mean,
gonna
who
move
else-
to
who else should
a
this be?
lower division here. Let's I'm gonna go into the Division 5. Let's
Yep.
see Division 5 here.
Let's join Div 5.
How many players do we have here? We have obviously, wow, 46 players have started here as well.
Very cool.
And as you can see, in Division 5, you will be playing 16 laps. So almost 1/3 has already been done for Division 5 players. We have players like Cake Master, Archive, Irun.
Shigaun as well, who was on my chat just before the event. So shout out
Johnny
to
the Boss. I see a lot of names that I recognize. Shark Cat, Tiger Hellos. This is very, very good. Why is Kem saying, can you check in on Division 7 with an XDD? Are there only 4 players driving on Division 7?
Let's see Division 7.
Why are you writing it like this?
Maybe only 1 player plays there.
Ooh, Cake Master having a little bit of problems in the ending.
It's 3 players on Division 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gaming.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I mean, 7 divisions. I'm gonna be honest. The moment people catch up to that this event is happening, I think more and more players will participate.
Yeah, and so cool that they're playing and racing.
Yeah, I bet so many are watching right now and had no idea that this was even starting, because you know the thing is that a lot of people just live in their own bubble. You know, and they don't really know about
spamming.
all these, yeah, or about all these events.
Yeah,
Even
Gavani,
though,
for example.
yeah, even though I've been talking about it a lot, I have made a Twitter post, I made the YouTube video, on Discord, you know, talking about it on stream, and I guess you did the same thing. So it's like, but there's so many people that just don't know,
Yeah.
and are now missing out on the first race.
Yeah. I'm on Division 1 again, actually. And,
Yeah, I'm joining back.
It's a close fight between Mime and Loso. It's a back and forth. It's 0.2 of a second after 15 minutes of driving. So that is absolutely great to see this battle here.
That's insane.
Wow. I was expecting that, but not that it was that close for top 1.
I mean, 7 laps have been played. Almost 1/3 done here as well.
Oh, Mime? Oh, that is not a good line for Mime. Doesn't have a lot of speed, so Loso will overtake here. Will Mime make the jump?
But it makes a low jump. Mime with super early grip, and they are next to one another going into lap 8. Wow, these two are driving insane. And you got to remember that every single player had the same amount of time to learn the map, right? So this just shows the capability of some of these drivers to remember a map as quick as they can. Like, it is really impressive what Trackmania players can do.
Yeah. I mean, did you have that yesterday as well, that it was harder for you to learn the map because it was Blender? Because I had that.
It was, I think it took me like 4 completions of the map to remember the route.
But like there were small rocks sticking out and all of that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've hit my fair share of the rocks.
Same. But yeah, I think here like it's very cool, just like how Trackmania players just like they have done those kind of turns like 10,000 of times, and they just put together those pieces and are just driving to perfection. I mean, Mime on great pace, and he's already 0.3 ahead of Loso, so it seems like he's also on a good lap here, currently 0.1 ahead of his best time so far.
Yeah, this is the only thing that I'm missing, right? Like to see like lap times.
Dude, why am I so good at jinxing? Mime with a respawn
again?
Yeah, Mime respawned.
Oh, a 3-second respawn as well. That is not what you want to see. But you know, as the rounds progress, as the laps get deeper and deeper, we can see that the gaps between the players are also growing.
Yep.
And this might be a result of like, you know, slowly starting to get fatigued, or that the other players are just finding faster lines, you know, learning like the faster approaches, getting better drifting turns, setups. It's either of the two. Either you get more fatigued or you just get better at the track.
Yeah, that's for sure. Or maybe you even get impatient, but of course after lap 8 this should not happen. But maybe during the ending, if you maybe want to push and go all in on one of the laps to overtake the one or another, but I don't think that this will be happening on lap 8. But yeah, I mean, as you said, that Cabby with a much better line compared to Wizzy and just is 0.6 ahead. They were neck and neck just in the middle of the lap, and now Cabby clear 3rd position. And in this case, and also catches up to Mime, who's still 3 seconds behind the leader after that respawn. So very costly for him, but still something that he can maybe catch up by sheer pace in 13 laps.
Yeah, and like I'm checking Purple, who is like sitting at like position 19, and he's only 22 seconds behind. So the gaps are like quite minimal all the way to the back. It's like 1 second every single position almost.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, because in the end there could be some great races to the finish line, you know, people trying to snipe with low jumps in the end. I can see it happen, but until we get there, we're still only driving lap 9, so a long way to go.
That is for sure.
Until we close out this very first race.
And look how close everybody ahead of Purple really is. Like there's 5 people just close by.
I'm just, and they're all doing the same lines. You see this? Like it's like a train of doing the exact same lines. Also, I'm not sure. Is your game lagging a little bit or not?
It's actually fine for me. What about you?
You don't have the stuttering?
A little bit, but that's because I'm in windowed. If I'm in full screen, it is fine.
I just went to full screen. I thought maybe the server was getting some hiccups, but no, it was just because I was in windowed, I think.
Yeah, like window mode.
Purple now has moved in front of Rue, so the next person that he has his eyes on is Jaffa Padawan, who is a second ahead.
Also
So
Hazard.
Yep.
Sorry, I want to point out Hazard because he did really well in my endurance race season. He got top 3 there, or even top 1. I don't know, but he did really well. And he's only on 21st, so you can really see that this guy's a good at fast turning. But when it comes to like knowing the map after that, of course he does really well. He's on 21st, right? But I was expecting him to maybe in the top 10 after like his performance in my endurance race, but maybe he can come back, or maybe he made a mistake, could also be. But I thought that Hazard would be a bit faster.
Yeah, I
disappointed.
I just checked Hazard's safe line versus Betatos, who is in front, who did the little riskier approach where you use the sausage jump to jump across the freeway, and it looks like that line is actually faster. So not going around, or well, maybe it just depends how good of an ice slide you get prior to it. It's hard to figure out in this short time frame that we have, but it looks like Hazard is closing in on Betatos and Rue here, and this could turn into an exciting battle when we get closer to the finish. It is currently lap 10 out of 22. For the people that are new to the viewing experience, you can see that in the top right corner, and the track consists of 27 checkpoints in total from start to finish. And Loso still leading the race here.
Still very close though.
Oh,
Yeah.
and a big mistake from Mime. Has to go for a respawn, and this is gonna be a massive advantage for Loso now. 5, almost 6 seconds of an advantage, and Mime was battling with Loso for first, but now Mime is battling with the one and only Kebby for second place. And this is turning to be a heated battle as we go into the little full speed section. Let's see who is daring the most. Going into the bobsleigh, Mime with a different approach. Kebby sets up nicely, gets a little bit of a speed drift here, but it is Mime who holds on to second for now.
But that's how costly 2 respawns are. Those could really decide the race, and it's now Loso's race to lose. But also Kebby on a really good time, 0.2 ahead, so he could really close in onto Mime. Very good flick out of the dirt as well, going for the jump. So let's see if this pays off. But Mime has much more speed because he just didn't leave the ground, and I think it's a bit faster to go for that one. Because Kebby
maybe.
lost a bit
I mean,
of time.
Kebby. Oy. Dude, it's the ending of this map is a butt clencher.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Also, the jump so close from Kebby there, was able to get it through, but Mime still 0.8 ahead, and Loso lost a bit of ground. 4.5 seconds. I think he made a small mistake himself, man.
The thing is that can Loso keep up this pace? I mean, he has been driving 10 laps with almost perfect driving, not making like major mistakes like Mime did. Mime has respawned, I believe, 2 times already in 10 laps, and Loso hasn't. So Loso definitely driving a good race so far. But yeah, like, can he keep that up for another 12 laps? That is the big question. We have been driving for 22.5 minutes already, so it is like the fingertips might get a little bit burned out.
Or the focus could just vanish here. But
yeah,
I mean,
or the focus.
You can lose 4.5 seconds within one corner. Like, you can clip the inside here where your Loso is, or just respawn like Mime did here, or catch airtime somewhere, and all of a sudden you find yourself on second position. And also, like, smaller mistakes, just a small touch or something like that, will compound into even bigger speed loss. And if Loso says, okay, yo, I'm safe first, if he opts for safe approaches, Mime will eventually come back because he wants to get that first position.
Exactly. And there is this Tarpor and Beta battle is actually approaching. They are in the next positions to one another, but Tarpor has a bit of an advantage compared to Beta. So Beta needs to drive, one of his best second halves here. It is looking like the players are being stretched out a little bit here, but everyone can have their own battles.
Yeah.
I'm currently following the Demon Gorgonzola, and he just has
What a name.
the peripheral view of the player in front of him, but the player in front of him made a huge mistake, and that's how quickly it can go. Moves up to one place because someone else makes a mistake, whereas the Demon Gorgonzola drives safe and steady.
Yeah, what a nice name from the Demon Gorgonzola. But what I also want to point out, oh, he also slowed down in the full speed section, so Tarpor can overtake him here. Take a look if this will be enough for Tarpor. And yes, look at the speed from Tarpor going back into P29 with that. But also a good comeback from Birdie. I mean, he was on P45 when we spectated him the last time. And now he's on 33rd. So good job from Bire himself. And right now, Loso is still ahead. But it's only 3.8 seconds. And Loso was 5 seconds ahead at one point. And Mime catching up. He's hungry. He wants to win. Spam, I think this could be a very exciting end of the race.
Yeah, it's going to be a nail biter. It is going to be a nail biter. I'm watching this this huge battle of like 6 players at like 30th to 36th. It's like a huge cluster of players driving like right next to each other. This is like kind of crazy. It's Bira, it is Yakusto, it is Mertz, it is Dry, the Demon Gorgonzola, Tryhard Noobs, and Yukemaster is just at the tail end of it all, trying to catch up. But what a fight. 6-7 players. Within 1 second. Yeah. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like after 25 minutes, that 6 players find themselves so close to each other and are still fighting out, because you could still get into the top 30 here with ease, just with 1 or 2 very good laps. Hikosto also doing really good, but not having a good amount of speed there. Yuk with a very wide approach, and Birdie just tries to dominate Mertz, who got wind of this competition because of Janik Shat. So cool to see him in Division 1 as well. But Yuk with a mistake, so losing ground, maybe pushing a bit too much here.
Yeah, and taking a look at the top places, it is looking like everyone has gotten their like respected position. We have Loso, who is 3 seconds ahead. Kebby trying to get closer to Mime, also 2-second gap, and then all the way behind Kebby, I believe it was Super Karloof, who no, it is Wizzy and Super Karloof actually in a close, actually a 3-way battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. We have Super Karloof, we have Sven, and Wizzy all battling it out next to one another.
That's a great fight.
For that 4th, 5th, and 6th place. So it's like there's, you know, the top 3 is playing on their own islands, and then this heated battle right behind is brewing. Lap number 13, halfway done. And it is turning out to be a smooth race so far for everyone. Obviously, there have been quite a few mistakes here and there from the players, but...
Razi left the game.
Yeah, Razi left the game. Maybe a game crash, maybe something happened. We don't know. It is obviously a big commitment to play a race. If you include, you know, the waiting time, the qualification, I think in total it will be like 90 minutes of, you know, commitment that you have to devote to a day, which can be a lot for many.
And maybe the doorbell rings or something like that.
Or the doorbell. Yeah. But I think it's nice, you know, if you have like a normally if you play a video game, you just play and you don't really have a purpose that you're going after, but 90 minutes of like a competition seems like a great way to spend in Trackmania.
Yeah, that's something that you can definitely sacrifice. But also, what I want to talk about is maybe the fatigue kicking in now, because when I went to Cabby, he made a small mistake, like just like losing 0.3 of a second. Mime also hit a wall, and then Loso still losing ground now as well. It's still only 3.4 seconds. So maybe mistakes will more likely happen now in those next laps, and I think Loso could run into danger of making those, because he gradually loses ground as well. Mime just catches up, 3.3 seconds. That was the same gap than in the previous lap at this point, but Mime made a small mistake. I think it was here in this drifting corner where he had to readjust, so he was not getting a smooth transition here when I spectated to him. But Mime 4.3 seconds behind. Loso maybe has figured something out, or Mime also made another mistake. I'm not quite sure, because currently I'm on Kebby's perspective.
Yeah. The pace might be... I think Loso is just driving really, really good pace. And the only way for Mime to catch up is if Mime is risking it. That's what it feels like. But the moment Mime starts risking it, that's when you open the door to the mistakes that can happen, the small clips, the small adjustments that you have to do in order to catch up. And you know, there's still 8 laps to go. So is that the play from Mime to risk it now, or should you wait until Loso potentially makes a mistake himself? Because Loso right now, I'm not gonna lie, Turbo, he has been driving an incredible clean race.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, only a couple of mistakes, but right now he's the prey for the Predator Mime, who is behind him. But of course, Mime is trying his best to not, like, lose his endurance. I mean, the name is just very fitting in this way, and is overheating. And, like, right now, I don't even see Mime in the checkpoint, because Loso, as you said, just drives so clean and so good. So good job. But, well, let's just go on another server, I think, because the other divisions are about to end.
It's time to go to the lowest divisions, because I believe
Div 6 or Div 7?
In 7 there were only 3 gamers, and they are in lap 11 out of 14. So here you can see that you know, the difference between the skill in Division 1, they are already driving in lap 14, and in the lowest division right now, which is the Division 7, we had about 300 players joining this race today, I think. And we have Short, Uriken, and Wholesome Racer are going at it in the lower division. And this is exactly what I was saying. Like, the lower divisions, like, the more people that join the event, the more competitive these lower divisions can get as well, because not everyone is a pro gamer, right?
Yep.
And that is the great thing about using a qualifying phase where you get put into a division of your skill level.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
yeah, somebody is saying here, man, I would quit that. Not worth it. You know, what do you have to say to that before I say my piece on this?
I think, like, the name Wholesome Racer just describes all of it. So if you don't try, I think it's just a whole wrong attitude, because it's about having fun. And literally what you said, like, you find likes to play against, and if you're new to the game, if you just maybe purchased the game a week ago, this is perfect for you to play. And even if you're last, or if you're second last or third last, you have fun, you will have a good time. You play this map and you learn something, and at the end you played 90 minutes of Trackmania and enjoyed it.
Yeah, like there's this whole
sounds like
this whole like view of, oh man, if you cannot compete with the tippy top of the players, man, you would just quit and give up. I mean, I bet you Short is having a good time. Uriken is having a good time. Wholesome Racer is having a good time.
Yeah.
If more players that are new to the game, you know, join these races, this can be competitive for these players as well. Like, imagine if there's 50 Shorts driving in this division. I mean, that they will have close races themselves,
and they will have fun eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
You know,
yes,
go ahead.
Yesterday as well, you know, in the 12-hour race, should I have quit because I got 96th? No, I had a very, very good time, and I enjoyed myself because it was about the journey and the friends that I made along. So,
wow, that's deep. That's deep. So yeah, I'm just checking Division 6, which is the one higher, and they are driving in lap 12. And we have some close races, I think, here. Luigi is currently in first place. He is very far ahead, though, 10 checkpoints ahead. So it's a little bit more spread out here. But you can see that, you know, the higher the division...
Drimkin!
Drimkin is playing?
Yeah, he's playing. He's P10.
Oh, shit.
What
yeah,
a
I see him.
guy.
Drimkin is in the mix.
I met this guy randomly in the subway going to Zerata Cup 2019. And
Wait, you did?
Yeah, and then he yoinked a VIP ticket from us.
What?
Yeah. Or like we got 8 VIP tickets for free.
There's no way.
Yeah, because we had Nick Lander with us, and they were like, "Yeah, you were in the quarter. I was in the round of 8s. Yeah, you can go through."
Yoink.
And Drimkin joined us as well. It was so fun. Good guy. Shout outs to him. He's really cool.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, here we can see like a lower division that is almost approaching the finish, lap 13. And I believe after the first place has closed out their laps, there will be a 10-minute finish timeout. So that means that everyone after, most likely Luigi's Lee, is going to finish. He just entered lap 14. So in about 2 minutes, the timer will come on the screen, and that is an indicator for the rest of the players to, you know, hurry up and finish their race as well. Yeah, so we could have the first finisher of the endurance race being done here.
Yeah, so Luigi with a great job here. Also cool to see, like, I have not seen his name so far, but very cool that so many players on this server have partaken in this event, and still 35 players are racing.
It's America as well.
America!
Like they woke up at like 8 a.m. maybe.
Yeah.
To play this.
Very, very cool. Like maybe they have the non-degen sleep schedule as as me right now, or as us, who went to bed at like 4 a.m. or something like that because of the 12-hour race.
Yeah, I think Luigi, like looking at Luigi's driving, I think he's more driving like a Division like 3 player, but maybe his qualifying phase was just a struggle, you know? There's like this, like either you are like a really fast learner and then that will be shown in the qualifier because you are gonna qualify higher. But now that I'm looking at Luigi, after he has learned the track for 14 laps, he's driving like a Division 3 player. So
I agree.
It's just different skill sets being used at different moments in this competition. One, quick learning. The other one, you know, the endurance, keeping your pace, not making many mistakes. And in the end, that's what makes this a great tourney. You need to have like a skill set in a lot of things. Also, you cannot be only a stadium player. You have to learn how to drive with snow. You cannot only be like dirt player because there's going to be ice involved. There's going to be full speed. It's a true test of your skill set.
Yeah, it's a true talent cup here in this way as well, because you need everything combined. And you need fast learning and you need the pace at the end. And I think maybe Luigi's also new to this kind of format, so maybe he will be joining Div 3 or at least Div 4 next time as well. And look at that, Luigi on his way to the finish line, and he will be the first one to go and can take a break after 14 laps of playing 33 minutes. There's only one more jump left for Luigi, and this looks good.
That looks good.
I thought that he made a mistake, but here we go.
And Luigi is the first ever finisher or the first winner of a division. He has played 14 laps, which accumulated to 33 minutes. And now we can see the timer is ticking down. Everyone else on the server now has 10 minutes left to finish their race as well. So I'm gonna hop on to another division here. This was Division 6. I'm gonna quickly go to Division 5. Let's see if this has also ended. Also, my music keeps pausing. This is so annoying. We do have no, they're now in their last lap as well, Turbo. 16 out of 16 laps for Inf, who is approaching the finish line.
Also usually a player that I did not expect in Div 5, but maybe he's also a slow learner.
Yep, exactly.
So Inf on his way to finish as well. 16 out of 16 lap. Look, this went so much faster for him than in Division 6 already, and he's 10 checkpoints ahead. So good job right now from Inf, going through here. And Shigaong on third, as well as Aaron TM on second place. Mayonnaise for you, also a name that I've read in your chat in particular. And Soba with a 92 ball tech on fifth right now. So here we go.
We got some information on Luigi. He says he's sorry, Division 6. He joined with 4 minutes left in the quali. So he had one run, and that was his discovery, and qualified with that. So that is the thing. People can join late in the qualifier phase and somehow get into the lower division. There's not really a lot we can do about this. But here we go. Inf after 16 laps, and you can see the difference now. In the 14 laps took 33 minutes. Here, Inf has been playing for 36 and a half. Doesn't get the smooth landing, but Inf will win the Division 5 in this first endurance race. I'm going to quickly go to Division 4 here.
Yeah, joining you as well.
Dude, why is someone just pausing my Spotify all the time?
Yeah, because
am I being hacked?
Because you talk for 30 seconds and then Spotify is getting paused because of that. Because of
wait, what?
Yeah, that's a thing to not like pirate music or something. I think that's something like that. Yeah, like that's a thing. I had the issue as well. Yeah, it auto pauses you if you talk for continuously 30 seconds or something like that. But yeah, here we go. We also have the next finisher happening here on the server, and it's a German by the looks of it. And he will cross the finish line. G4 Unite Strike. What a name that is
the winner. And look at how close it was though, Turbo. 0.3. It was 3/10.
I didn't even realize that.
Of a second between Curb and G4 Unite Strike.
Good Locker also not too far behind.
16 laps, and the top two was decided by 0.3 of a second.
Wow, that was
look
crazy.
At division number 4, I believe. That's the next one.
No, 3, I think, right?
Was it?
Yeah, we respected Div 4 because...
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it was. My bad. Yeah, 3. So we have to go to 3. Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, so Division 3, they are playing what?
18 laps.
18
And
laps,
currently
so-
Zenke and Linksy are leading the race. 2 pivot players in there, maybe also chilling in voice and having a good time. That is also what it's about, you know? Boot up the game with your friends, with your team, or with like maybe even strangers. Like join the spam Discord and be like, hello, you want to play together and have a good time. Maybe this will be a thing for the next races. Maybe.
And I think this is going to be a close battle for the 3rd place as well in this division. It is obviously Linksy who is 10 seconds ahead, but Adzink and no nicking is having a really close battle. 1 point, or what? It's like 1 second between them. So with 1 full lap remaining, it is going to be a very close one.
Yeah.
And I will stay on the server to see the finish on here. It's looking like Linksy will definitely get the win, and his teammate Zenke in 2nd place, but then it is a bit unclear who is gonna get 3rd.
It's a very close fight actually between them. We see the Polish player who has a very hard name to pronounce ahead of new nicking right now, but also Kachen playing in here, Hugo Hanken as well, so names that definitely ring a bell. Definitely expected Hanken to be further
I
up
think
as well.
not a lot of speed
No
entering
nicking.
this full speed section.
Overtaking? Yes, he does.
Oh, here we go.
Very good line from No Nicking. Look at the speed into the bobsleigh. A lot of speed accumulated, and No Nicking goes
There
into
we
3rd
go.
position. Very nice.
The battle is happening with 1 lap left after this. That is another 2 minutes. So you can see the difference here. 18 laps is it's gonna be roughly like 40 minutes of playtime. Oh, very wide line.
Oh, that was so
Oh
risky.
my god, and Adzink closing the gap completely. They will be side by side going into the final lap of this race. Oh, no nicking with a very inside line. Will they have enough speed for this reactor part? Goes way more inside, jumps lower. Adzink will get to the start-finish line earlier. But man, oh man, the final lap, it is super close.
And you can already see a clear difference in the divisions of driving. It looks much more controlled, and even though Adzing had worse speed, was able to get it through there, but no nicking, not slowing down on this last lap here. 30 seconds they are behind, so they cannot overtake Linksy or Zenke, who's 11 additional seconds behind the leader here. And
big
Adzing with a
mistake!
mistake, and no nicking closing in, and we have a change again. It is now a bit clearer, and no nicking also had a very good bobsleigh section, I think. So I think this will be very hard for Adzing to catch up, but never count him out, because it's only roughly a second for him that he needs to catch up. So it's 1 mistake.
But at this moment, like, just losing your 3rd place after you yourself make a bad action, you know? Now Adzink is probably feeling like, oh my god, I need to risk it. I need to send it, because how else am I gonna get to 3rd place again? And he is trying his best, optimizing the drifting turns, is actually closing in the gap. Full inside line, no nicking, loses quite a little bit of speed. Adzink on the inside line with the full approach. No nicking will have more exit speed through this section, entering the full speed part. And this is probably why last round Adzink lost so much here, because he cannot get this jump up smoothly. And it is looking like the 3rd place battle is going to the favors of no nicking here.
But well said. I mean, good observation there. Adzink not with a good line there. No nicking is quite far ahead. We see the first player, Linksy, on his way to the ending, and he will be going into the finish with 40 minutes and 45 seconds. He wins. Zenke, 11 seconds behind, also opts for the jump now, very far up, and he will also be finishing. And let's see who takes that 3rd position.
Adzink! A full stop.
No.
And I think Adzink is going to be so far behind. Even Heyerdahl might be able to steal Adzink's 4th place with only 1 bit of track remaining. The final jump is looking like no nicking is going to complete the top 3 here. Let's see if Adzink is going to hold on to his 4th place. It looks like that is going to be the case. And that is a great ending to this division number 3.
GG's.
I'm going to hop in the next division.
Division 2? Let's go.
Let's have a look.
So let's see how this goes here in Division 2, as they of course play 20 laps and not 18, and it is Loudest leading, and he's also approaching the ending. So
and that's crazy though, Turbo.
Good timing.
Division 3, only just ended 18 laps. And Loudest is in his final lap, almost ending it already. So you can just imagine the pace difference, right?
Yeah.
Between these drivers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Loudest just cooking a great, great race here. Almost driving for 44 minutes. And how far ahead is he? He is 5 checkpoints at. But look at the... Oh my god. There's a massive fight for third place.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
But let's watch Loudest cross the finish line here. As he has only the reactor jump to complete his first endurance race, Division 2.
GG,
And
he takes it.
There it is. But this battle in the back here. Oi, oi, oi. They're all like 5th and 6th are driving extremely close. We also have Taxonomon and Brandon.
Taxonomon.
Really close by.
And
Ay, ay, ay. Let's see who completes the podium here.
Jaka finishing.
Is on his way. Is actually overlapping someone, I think. Starlight Pat is going to get lapped here. And Jaka will get second in Division 2. We will have Taxon versus Brandon there in the same drift. If Taxon is opting for a much more aggressive approach here in the end, but goes too tight, loses a little bit of momentum. Here we go. Goes for an inside line. Brandon, early grip.
No.
And what a finish. Wow. 3/10 as well between Brandon and Taxon. Endres closes in 5th. And
overtaking
Loudest.
Kalabu. Wow, that was only 600s between Endo, like between 5th and 6th actually.
Very, very, very close there. And I'm hopping into the Division 1. It is the main division here.
Yeah.
They are driving in the last lap. Actually, Mime has taken the lead. Has been driving for 46 minutes now into the last lap. Loso has conceded to a 2nd place, 5 seconds behind. Kebby is also 5 seconds behind Loso for 3rd. So it is looking like Mime has been picking up the pace. Loso probably has made a few more mistakes. And that's what we discussed earlier. He had a great first half of the race, but then probably got a little bit tired. Whereas Mime has been doing the complete opposite of making more mistakes early on and then finishing stronger in the second half of the track of the race. So yeah, Mime now, couple turns to go, and it looks like Mime will win the first Division 1 of the endurance race here.
Yeah, after being 5 seconds behind Loso, Mime is on his way to take it home. Loso might have made a mistake. I don't think that he got outpaced and lost 8 seconds without making a mistake. So Mime looking very strong. And I mean, my prediction Loso getting 2nd, so that is not too bad. But Mime showing just that he's a calm and collected gamer and is able to handle those situations very well. But I also have to say, the divisions lined up so well. We were able to see every division ending, so that is very, very nice. And I hope you guys like the approach as well of us spectating the lower divisions as well and see who's taking the top 5 there. And of course, focusing a bit more on Division 1. But look at this, Mime only with 1 more drift and 1 more jump to go, and he will be the first winner here of Division 1. He can make it, and he has good speed to work with as well, and Mime will take it. Here we go. Good job. 47 minutes and 51 seconds.
GG.
GG. Loso.
And that is Loso in 2nd. We have Kebby getting 3rd place. I'm going to have my peripheral view here. It is looking like a couple drivers have been lapped, such as Rico and Sour Gurka. Looking like they will be going into their final lap right now. Is this Intax?
Yes, he
going
finishes
for the 4th place finish. We have Sven coming in 5th. Super Carlo. Look at Wizzy versus Auris.
Oh, it's close.
That is a really close fight, and Wizzy snipes it just in front of the finish line. Area versus Milmi. It is looking like Area stays ahead. We have a couple nice fights all the way till the end. We have Beta Toast versus Warrel. It is Beta Toast who's just 2 car lengths ahead. Hazard coming in, Jaffa, Padawan, and Yami fighting it all the way down to the finish line. Caps and Rue also having close finishes after 22 laps. We have Nalax, who gets a small bump, but will get to the finish line as well. Hayom clocking in for Division 1. Inferno coming up next.
It's crazy though, like only like less than a minute between 1st and 23rd after almost 50 minutes of driving. Like what a great performance. Also Shadow here will go for a... No, he has finished the race, so he's also through Demon Goggensoul, not Dragon Goggensoul, would also be a cool name. Also finishing, Merge started off strong, will also finish here. Loso Jr. made a mistake that we spotted, also finishing, and players slowly but surely crossing the finish line. Also Tarpor ahead
Tarpor beat
of Birdie. Yakasto in between, Birdie behind him. And there
going
you go.
in as well in the finish. There we go. Lolar, the person you talked about early, is also finishing his 22 laps.
Wow, what a race though. Very, very cool.
8 minutes left on the clock. And we have a couple players still finishing.
Not too many,
we
though.
have Try Hard Noobs. The next one. It is Funky Jug clocking in 40th. There's going to be Rekill up next.
And Simply
one
Nick
more
still
jump
playing as well.
Yep.
So Rekill ahead of Sour Gurke also finishes, and I think there's one more player then. Oh no, Ice is also still playing. He's 2 laps behind. So
we will have Simply Nick in 43rd, and then Ice TM will close out the division here. We only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players disconnecting or leaving by the looks of it. I think it was Razi, Paco, Scroll, Lufok, and Naiko. Looking to be the players that have either unfortunate disconnect or you know, something happened. Nick goes for Nick goes for a massive flip here.
Didn't work out. Maybe this works.
360 into the reverse.
Wicked.
And Nick will close out his division as well. And then we have only one player left, which is Ice. Not sure what happened. Maybe had to go AFK for a little bit.
Had to go to the toilet, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like small toilet break.
But still, he plays and finishes, which is really cool. So
yeah, this was always a classic. You always had this one player who wanted to be the last player. Like, I remember back when I did spam weeklies, there was this player called Super Peter. I think it was Super Peter 215 was his name. And he was always the final player left. And sometimes didn't even finish the race because it was like 5 or 10 seconds too slow. But there was also Dvatoma, who was always in the back of the field, driving in like the final seconds and almost never finishing as well.
But he tried, right? He tried.
Yeah, he tried really hard.
And then the pressure comes into play, right? But I think every division is now slowly but surely ending. And what a race that was, Tim. That was, wow. Was very close and cool that the divisions lined up so much. I was very surprised to see that the plan worked out.
this went so smooth. I'm a bit worried. It went too smooth.
We set the bar very high for the next week.
Yeah, and next week I'm not there, so it's all you, buddy.
Oh, okay, it's all me. Okay, I decide on the map. Well, it is fine. We're gonna figure it out. Oh, okay.
Nah, but so far, like, I mean, the only thing that is a little bit frustrating to me is that the bare bone game mode for laps doesn't have any indicator of like fastest lap times.
Yeah.
I wish this was a thing, and I'm sure we can get it through Open Planet plugins, but then it will be a little bit too cluttered, you know? It's not as clean as it was back in the days when you have everything in like, you know, in your view and you don't have to click anything. And it's just easy access. That's the only thing that I miss right now. But one thing that was really good is how the divisions worked out perfectly, in my opinion. 300 players, everyone. You know, we saw with Luigi, who started late in the qualifier, obviously is gonna be outshining the other players who were there early in the qualifier. So a little bit of an issue that you cannot really fix. It's pretty much impossible to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, Ice missed. Okay, Ice just showed how he probably went out. He missed the checkpoint here by going too much on the outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Thompson.
And went
underneath it probably a little bit. I see.
That's probably how Ice went out, or how he lost so much time.
Yeah, and then realized it, and then had to drive a full lap after getting the checkpoint again.
He missed it on lap 18, so he had to do another extra round without noticing it.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Birdie now rating me as well, losing the fight against Tarpor. That is unlucky, but also I've seen Inf in my chat saying that he joined in the seating late. But it's still cool to see that players are joining in, because of course it's a heavy disadvantage if you still have to learn the map. Of course you get faster, but still, like, playing, it's all about having fun, right? And if you get Division 2 or 3, 4, 5 or 1, at the end you just play a bit of Trackmania and compete.
Yeah, and honestly, from the comments that I've already received, it's overwhelmingly positive. So that is really good, man.
Yeah.
You know, that actually makes up for all the problems, you know, the long delays. I think overall it was a really good first race. I think the divisions worked out perfect with the lap counter. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kem, obviously, who is running the entire thing. Without Kem, this race would probably also not even be here. So, gotta give a shout out to Kem.
Yeah, as always.
For fixing the servers. And what would be a cool thing, Turbo, if you decide on the map already for next week?
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
I can give you two map names that I think you should pick.
Okay, I sent the maps already to you, right? Wait.
And yeah, and maybe we are on the same page. But here we go, guys. That is it. The first race, the endurance race, a map made by Thompson, the OG mapper, is completed. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for participating. Hope you had a holly jolly time on your Sunday here. If you're all the way from America where it's super early, or all the way in Oceania where it's super late, or in Europe where it's in the afternoon, hopefully you had a fun time. And yeah, we have 12 races planned for the entire season. So 12 more weeks of pure enjoyment. And I think just keep updated on my Discord. Maybe you have a channel where you're posting it on Twitter.
Yeah, same.
There's gonna be posts about it, and obviously on my stream I will talk regularly about the race. So that is that. But damn, that was clean. That was clean.
Too clean. But guys, next week there will also be a race, same day, same time at 15 CEST, and well, what names do you want to give me?
Okay, let me just full screen here for a sec. And
yeah, same.
Okay, 1 sec.
Do you talk about settlement?
Wait, don't say anything yet.
Okay.
I think since we now had an all-rounder map, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, where some of the maps are more tailored towards full dirt or full tech, or more tailored towards like RPG potentially, or like something like this. So I think you should pick a map that is like tailored towards more like one style.
I see.
So we switch it kind of up, you know. Now we had a mixed map. Then next week there's gonna be like more focus on like one particular style.